Hello, beautiful souls. How are you today? It is August 15th, and I am coming to you with a very special message from Isis. Today's video is Isis Speaks. Now, many of our Ascendant Masters are available to us through whatever our clair abilities are. So if you have clairaudient, you can hear them and really have a conversation with them. More normal, I feel, based on our experiences. If you have claircognizant, that's my strongest ability. I'm working on the others. Then it's more of a QA, but the answer just drops into your being, right? You just know it. And anyway, we have several of our ground crew members, our soul family, that have multiple different abilities, and some obviously stronger than others. And so I am going to be giving information from two sources. So the first is really just to give the viewer a little bit of a background about Isis and some of what she has confirmed with me to be very true and messages that she wants to come out. Now, I will let you know the first part is actually from her activation, the Isis activation in the Sofia Code by Kaya Ra. And I highly recommend anyone seeking truth about many of our divine feminine goddesses to buy that or borrow it and give it a read. It's got a lot of great information. It's got some very, very powerful activations. And if you are on this ascension journey and you are raising in your frequency and you are really doing the things that you need to in order to really increase your abilities and bring them further in alignment, this will definitely help you. And then the other part of the information that I'm going to share is through a channeler that is in our crew, very good friend. Her name is Rachel, and her abilities have come online just within the last few months. But she has got lineage connection with the divine, and I asked after I did my channeling session with Daniel, I asked Source, could one of our crew members that's got clairaudient become a channeler for our Ascendant Masters? And we got yes. And it was deemed to be Rachel, and she consented. And so we planned this with Isis about a week ago. She has been literally jumping for joy. She requested a couple of weeks ago that people in general search for the truth of her and Osiris's story, because what's been broadly spread is not true. And so it's very important to her, just like anyone, you know, whenever things are said about you and your history, your actions, your lineage, you don't want it to be known on lies. You want the truth to be known. And so it's very important to her. Plus her role that she embodies as a divine feminine goddess to help all people, male, female, to balance in harmony the divine feminine with the divine masculine is integral right now. It's vital. And so this is to help clear out the cobwebs, right? We really hope that the message is received very well, and that a new layer of truth is added to what you are able to comprehend and digest. And everybody takes it in their own, you know, space and time. And I get that. I personally didn't know much truth about Isis or Osiris. I had heard of things, and I can tell you that everything I had heard, by and large, was not true. So join me as we really share some truth as Isis speaks. So I'm definitely going to be reading because I don't want to get any of her words misconstrued with mine. So this first section of information I'm going to share comes from the Sophia Code. Isis is known as she of 1,000 names, divine feminine mentoring our highest potential, and it's a great honor for her to do so, as our participation in leading this awakening of these global events is vital. Isis was a woman first, and her human journey remembered how to embody her multi-dimensional sovereign power. Her journey as a human is a mirror for the same miraculous potential within all of us. And I'm going to pause right here. She reinforces that message with almost every interaction we have with her. Almost every interaction we have with her, she reminds us that within us is the power, all the power that we need and could ever ask for, much more powerful than anything else. We just have to remember it and embody it. She explored the divinity of humanity within the blessing of bearing children, making love, preparing food, and creating sacred spaces. With each act of devotion, it deepened her being with the full understanding of how family, love, creativity, and fulfilling a higher purpose were universal needs of her people, which unified them in their common human experiences. Isis was born with the promise by her mother to be an initiate for a priestess of Hathor's lineage. Hathor had physically ascended to Sirius long before Isis's incarnation. In mystery school training, she learned to directly connect to Hathor as a spiritual mentor. Isis deeply loved Hathor and enjoyed the many waking revelations that really served to initiate Isis as Hathor's protege for Egypt's future. Eventually, Isis achieved honorary office of becoming an oracle in Hathor's lineage, with an acute gift for planetary oracular activism, the ability to clearly communicate and advocate direct teaching transmissions from Mother Earth and many of her species. The oracular dialogue with Mother Earth gave Isis the rites of passage for initiating community ascension that would birth a new golden age movement in Egypt. In particular, Mother Earth guided Isis in ceremonial magic that balanced energetic principles of life, death, rebirth, and new beginnings within our human experience, resurrecting our conscious awareness beyond passing phenomena and into the immortal light of divinity. Isis and Osiris lived centuries due to activating the immortality gene in the Sophia Code within their DNA. Within our DNA, we also have an immortality gene. Together, the divine feminine, divine masculine seeded an invincible platinum ray Sophia lineage, capable of withstanding the ever-shifting sands of humanity's long journey to this current golden age that is now upon us. So we have Hathor lineage, Isis lineage, Sophia lineage, and Magdalene lineage. Osiris and Isis instructed thousands on how to harmoniously live as one in divine love and a nation with peace from the tip of the Nile all the way to the southern deltas. Isis and Osiris used high alchemical magic to sustain, cultivate, and seed the divine love for the highest good of the people's welfare. Their ceremonies were always in alignment with the elements and the relationship to Mother Earth. She spent hours actually laying on the ground on Mother Earth, communicating heart chakra to communicate to Mother Gaia's soul. They built pyramids that focused and balanced universal cosmic resources of power for individual and community rights of ascension. The people prospered, wanting for nothing. Wealth consciousness was always a part of their teachings in the mystery school. So I'm gonna stop right there. I'm just gonna interject this. We learned poverty consciousness, right? That we were never deserving. You always have to work yourself to death, and only the elites get all the abundance. Where the actual teachings were abundance consciousness, wealth consciousness, that we all are deserving of abundance and wealth. Isis initiated a golden age where every man, woman, and child experienced their sovereign freedom and equality within a unified field of divine love that Egypt once was. The divinity within all of us was honored as the highest law. Eventually, these practices were corrupted after Isis's ascension. So as soon as she was not there to enforce her beliefs, it started being manipulated. It started being corrupted. Okay, so now this is going to start the channel. This is going to start the question and answers. Now, I posed 6 questions to Isis. She did not have permission to speak in entirety about all of them. So I'm not going to speak the actual questions. I'm just going to go through what she gave me as her responses to them, because I don't want to confuse anyone and they say, well, you asked this, but it really didn't get answered. So let's just go with what she actually gave us, because it's a lot. And again, I thank Rachel for providing this directly to me from Isis. This is Isis. Isis speaks. Thank you so much for taking time to speak with me. I'm ecstatic, literally jumping for joy over what you, meaning me, and Delphinus's crew have done to heal and free humanity. Isis is especially grateful for the healing that is occurring for her and Osiris through all of our work. Isis apologizes for not being able to answer in full all of my questions. She does not have permission to speak on all of it. Isis wants people to know how strong they really are. They are stronger than they were ever led to believe. That is a message that's come through very strongly. If I just jumped out yesterday and did a message, because the thunderclap that came through was to let the collective know that our strength and our sovereignty and our ability to save ourselves comes from within. It doesn't come from an exterior source. It doesn't come from a book or a place or a person. It's within you, and it always has been. The lies upon lies upon lies that humanity have been told to beat down their inner strength. Each person is stronger than the strongest evil. That may be hard to believe, but it is true. When you consider how strong each person is, and they choose to come together in strength, there is nowhere to go but up. The primary issue is in choosing to believe this. Choosing to escape that matrix of lies and control and get out of the race of existence versus living. It is by design to keep them both beaten down so they will not, number one, go inside themselves and ask questions of their higher self. And number two, look up and wonder, then feel unconditional love and support to grow. I'm going to pause right here. Part of what I've learned about Isis is that at a very young age, she was studying astrology and the cosmos and the universe and correlating the phases and the strengths and the power and the energy, how it all worked in unison from Mother Gaia all the way through the skies, okay, the star systems and the planets. And so, again, we've been told what about astrology and the stars? It's okay for NASA to study them, but it's evil for anyone else. Red flag. Give me a break. It's always been full of information that is unifying, first of all, very powerful, and ignites the inner strength in all of us. So from a very young age, she was actually living embodiment of self-expression, of internal power, of determination and balance of the divine feminine and divine masculine. Isis speaks. To answer your question about the most destructive narrative, it's hard to pick just one. Rachel says she feels her fierce emotion in this answer. Our whole truth has been bastardized. Organized religion has done its best to invert everything. We are not mythology. We are not evil. We are not random gods that you worship. We are beings who experienced and have experienced spiritual growth, which then allowed our powers to grow and to benefit humanity. There was never anything nefarious about what we did. The Isis temples, for example, were full of love and beauty, glory and celebration of life. Whether it be life just birth or someone's transition to the next level, we celebrate life always. There was no destruction in our lands. We were celebratory of the land and of each other. We learned about the cosmos. We learned about the beauty and the opportunity and the powers within and all that was provided. We respected creation and celebrated our opportunity to be a part of it. The beauty of the divine feminine is what I most enjoy assisting others with. Then assisting the evolution to merge their divine feminine and divine masculine in a positive balance. Now, many in my own soul family, ground crew, many people have a soul imprint or soul influence of Isis. Also, Magdalene, Hathor, Mother Sophia, Mother Mary, all of these incredible divine feminine goddesses, priestesses, who have always honored the divine, are available to you. So whenever you clear out all the negative distractions and distortions and blockages, you too can communicate with your soul imprints. So all of the ascendant masters have made themselves available to all of us because they want to share as much as they possibly can with us. So you can literally ask, again, it depends on your clear abilities. That'll be how you receive the information. But you can ask them anything. If it's something you can't know, because that's a thing, you simply get, you can't know that right now, or I can't answer that right now. And no judgment, no nothing, just move on to the next thing. So it's really been a very beautiful evolution of truth and recognition for the human to realize that there's these incredible beings willing and anxious, excited to share their wisdom with us so that we can succeed in this now moment, something that they obviously started eons ago, but things were derailed, all in the name of power and control. So I ask, we spoke about the divine feminine and divine masculine being balanced in harmony. I said, inner child is a strong piece of that balance. Isis, yes, it's integral. Nicole, what message to those with Isis soul influence imprint do you want to share? Isis, I want them to know that I am available to assist with the rise and balance of the divine feminine within them. Isis, another message that is repeated but is often considered trivial or overused is that love is the answer. Love is bigger than all the things, all the situations, and all the feelings. It may not always feel that way, but it does win. Look for love in all the dark areas. Send love to those areas that are uncomfortable. Allow yourself to breathe, experience, and say, there's more to this. There's more to the feeling, the reaction, the trigger, the pain, the shame, the blame, all that. There's more to life than that. Isis continues. Let me look for it and then go within. Going within helps you find the truth to your own lineage and your own sovereignty. Nicole, what is your favorite image? Because I knew I was going to be providing this, and I like to not only honor them with an image, but not inadvertently dishonor them with an image that may not be accurate. Isis, I appreciate you considering this. Something with golden wings would be very suitable. I don't need facial features. That is all for now. We will talk again soon. And I have to say, I'm super excited about our next conversation. But I also want to encourage you to have an open mind and really feel this message, because the truth resonates within your soul. And whenever she speaks, there is a power and a love and a nurturing that's kind of all balanced very, very well. Her excitability shifted things a little bit because she's been excited for days. She really, truly wants people to know the truth and to not think of her and Osiris as anything nefarious or anything bad or evil. Now, their power, their lineage, and what they created in their time here on this planet has been used for the darkness, has been harnessed. And that is where that rumor of their nefarious act comes from. But it was not because they actually did anything nefarious in their lifetime here. They were and are a huge power couple. They assist all divine feminine and divine masculine unions when asked. Again, law of consent. They are there. They're willing to offer any help, and all you have to do is ask for it. I will be doing another episode whenever we have another conversation with Isis or any of our other ascendant masters. And I appreciate you being open-minded, looking within, don't listen to the noise, and really see what resonates as truth for you in your life. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll talk to you again soon.